G'day mini golf fans, Putter King Alan Cox here. Today we are at Putt Mermaid Beach on the Gold Coast. One of the best, if not the best, mini golf courses in Australia, and we're up here for the Queensland Putting Championships. We will have 6 rounds, 3 on each course are the ones we're just about to go and have a look at, and a $1,000 prize pool, and we'll have a little bit of fun. So we're up here practicing for the week. And as I get the chance here to have a look at what we have planned. So, Queensland Putting Championship, $1,000 prize pool, up against some of the best pro mini golfers here in Australia. And competition will be tough. Oceania champions, Australian champions, state champions, and guys with international experience. So yes, competition will be tough, and we'll have a little walk through the jungle course record 24. Couple of guys with that, so yeah, plenty of aces on offer, and we've got hole 1. A couple of ways to play this. Pretty much off middle and dead straight is, yeah, probably the preferred option, but there are aces off left and right and coming off the blocks there. So yes, nice ace hole, but can be a bogey start if you get that wrong. So hole 2, we're navigating our way around the zebra. So typically most players are going off the left and rocking it off the back, off the hill, and a nice ace opportunity. And then we come to one of the really tricky holes on this course, hole 3. Pretty much just want to get close here, get a 2, and there's a heap of breaks, very severe breaks, and a lot of space behind the back of that hole. So typically play back door to get close to the hole, and you can go down the left or down the right, and off the side, off the back, and hopefully bring it back close to the hole and get your 2, and avoid too much damage, because that hole can cause some trouble. So 2's a good score there. So then we come up to hole 4. Our friend the bear, and we're basically just going through his legs, pretty straight putt, a little bit of right to left, and yeah, it's definitely an ace opportunity on that. We're thinking, yes, if you're missing that, you're giving away 1 to the field. So definitely one to be made. And then we've got hole 5, where we play down the right. I think tee position is dot 3 or 4 from the right, down the rail, off the side, and front door. So one you want to make, because it is on a hill, and if you miss that, you're leaving yourself a 6 to 8 footer or something coming back. So one you really want to be making. So, and it looks like they're doing a little bit of maintenance here, and it's one thing they do at Putt Mermaid Beach is always on top of their maintenance and preparation for championships. And yeah, we'll pass this hole. This is another one of those tough ace holes. Played left rail, off the back, sit next to the hole, get your 2, and move on. It is aceable, but it's probably about a 1 in 15, 1 in 20 something ace, so 2's a good score there. Hole 7, new carpet, makes it a little bit more difficult. We're playing roughly off the middle, halfway down, off the side, and front door. Hole you want to be making the ace, because if you miss that, it's on the hill, and you will end up with a good 5-6 footer coming back. So it's a hole you really want to be making, because if you miss it, you can run into trouble. Okay, hole 8, which for the pros is a really good ace hole. Pretty much straight. We're playing that number 1 tee dot, pretty much aiming straight at the hole. You can come off the right rail, but yeah, it's a hole you want to be making because most of the field will be. So I missed there. You're pretty much giving away one to the field. So that's a very good ace opportunity, that hole. Okay, so here we are working our way around to hole 9. This is where the fun starts because this hole is up on a little plateau and it's got 2 triangles, and if you leave it short you can be in trouble. If you get over the back you can be in trouble. So weight is imperative. Not a bad ace hole, but like I said, it's one of those you want to be making, because if you get yourself into trouble, that can be a world of hurt. So you can ask Nathan Lamplow about that one, because he made it one year and all the rest of us got into trouble and he ended up winning by about 10 or something. So it's a hole you want to be making. So that's our front 9. So now we start on the back, hole 10, which is a real short hole off the triangle. And yes, want to play off the middle, off the side, on the triangle in the hole. And yeah, you want to be making that because everyone else is going to be making it. So one of the easiest holes on the course. Then we come up to hole 11, and we can't actually see the hole from here because it actually goes up and dog legs around to the left, and you've got to play bump board. You've got to play bump board, angle, bump board, angle, hole. Not a bad ace hole. Not a hole you can get into a lot of trouble with, but because you don't get to see the result, you're always sort of interested in the result once you get up there and you get to walk around the corner and see where your ball's ended up. So yeah, we play right rail here, triangle, off that bump board, off that triangle, and hole. So not a bad ace hole. Probably about a 50-50 you'd like to think, but who knows on the day. So okay, hole 12. This is the lion and tiger hole. Played pretty much center, and we're aiming for the post there, and off the back and back door into the hole, and the hole sits up on a slope. So not a bad ace hole, just don't want to overhit it and come back over that hill. But yeah, it's a nice ace opportunity, and you can get into a little bit of trouble if you end up in the left and the right of that, putting across that curve. But yeah, not a bad ace hole. So we'll keep coming, getting out around to the Gold Coast Highway, and hole 13. Now this is where the fun starts. Not a bad ace hole, but if you miss it, the hole is up on a angle and a slope, and I've seen some big numbers sort of stack up here. While the ace isn't that difficult, the juice putt can be, because it'll come back all the way along that bump board, and you can be left with that 6 to 8 footer across a huge breaking putt to make par. And if you miss it, you can be there for a little while. So one hole that you want to get right, because it can cause a lot of trouble. Hole 14. Not the easiest of aces, and probably not the easiest of juices. Another one of the tough holes. We've got to play. We play right rail and onto the triangle, off to the corner bracket, back to the hole, get it close, get it to move on. It's probably about a 1 in 20, 1 in 50 something ace, and yes, an ace there. You're definitely getting some shots on the field, but 2's a good score there. So well, that's pretty much what we're aiming for. So okay, hole 15, and we're back on the aces trail. So definitely a hole you want to be making the ace on, because a lot of the field will be. And there's about 3 different ace options. We can play right rail front door, we can play right rail off the back door, or off the back triangle, or you can play it straight and play for the right to left break. So there's sort of 3 ways, actually 4 ways of actually playing this hole. So depends on the player and his preference, but for me, early stages, I think I'm playing the back door shot. So we're going T.1, about 3/4 of the way down the board, off the back, and back to the hole, either front door or off the triangle. We're not real fussed which way we make it. We don't have to draw pictures, but front door always looks front door no triangle always looks more impressive. So we get past our friend the crocodile, and we've got on here one of the scoring guides. This hole has about 3 different sort of ace shots. Again, comes down to player's preference, but there's a shot off the left rail, off the rail ace. There's a shot onto the rail around the triangle, and there's a shot straight at the hole basically. So we're playing at the hole, right rail ace. So not a bad ace opportunity, but the hole is on a hill. And if it does miss, you could be looking at a 5 to 6 footer or something coming back. So again, one of those ones you want to be making, because it is a bogey possibility, but it's not a bad ace. So now we're on to hole 17. It used to be a almost automatic ace. Just play .1 down the board and straight in, but having had a few rounds here yesterday, the new carpet has made it a little bit more difficult, and it's pretty much it's got to be a straight in ace. You can't be coming off the left rail anymore. So new carpet typically does change the way holes play, and it certainly has in this occasion. It's a little bit slower, and certainly the ace percentage on this hole has definitely dropped. Early days in practice, but I know from previous years' experience that hole has considerably changed. So that's sort of how we used to play it. So off the rail and in the hole, but now it's pretty much just got to be made front door. So we'll wander our way down to hole 18, and we have our friend the gorilla. So we've got to pretty much find our way through his feet, because we used to be able to play left and right rail, but now it's pretty much just a straight shot. So you're just hoping that when you hit it, he doesn't decide to move, because he does on occasions. Well, that's how it feels like. But yes, it's a nice finishing hole, and it is aceable, but 2's a pretty good score here. So you're hoping to do that, and we'll have a look at the diagram for that. And yeah, they've got it as a fairly straight shot, but there is a little bit of right to left in that, and 2's a good score. If you do miss it, you've got this 4 or 5 footer coming back, and there's a bit of break in that as well. So and that is a quick review of the jungle course, and we'll get to play that 3 times on Sunday. So we're expecting sort of scores of around, I'm thinking 30s. There may be some scores in the 20s, but something around about 30, 6 under is going to be competitive. So we'll let that play out. We've got a week of practice to be had, and then we'll see where it all finishes up. So we'll catch everyone then.